Starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, friends, and welcome on this special webinar. And very special, we can say, in this tax audit season and technology, how to use technology while doing tax audit 44AB. So, we
Broadcast is now starting. All attendees are
welcome
in.
you all. I think some network issue. Yeah. So, friends, first of all, happy Independence Day to all of you and all of us, basically, and very happy Azadi Ka Amrut Kal. Now we are celebrating from 75 years to 100 years. Happy Independence Day once again to all of us. And we would like to tell that everyone that this session is very special in terms of that our tax audit season.
Virag,
So,
Virag, 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 there
yes,
is some disturbance.
let me check here. Yeah. I think, friends, you can take a maximum benefit of this session. Already, we can see on our screen that 500 plus members already joined, and few will join in a while. So, we welcome you all. Friends,
Virag,
to tell that in our profession, there is a very special event is coming up on November 18 to 21, which is a World Congress of Accountants. For the registration of this the event, early bird and the group discount is going on, and the today is the last date for the same. So, would like to request everyone to take that benefit and join the that event today itself. So that you can take the benefit. Basically, it's a Olympic of accountants. So now, without wasting much time, I would like to welcome and invite CA Pradeep Kapadia sir, President at Jain Chartered Accountant Federation, Mumbai, for his keynote address for our today's session. So over to you, Pradeep sir. Today itself, so that you can take the benefit. Basically, it's a invite CA Pradeep Kapadia sir, the President at Jain Chartered Accountant Federation, Mumbai, for his keynote address for our today's session. So
good evening, Virag and Jai Jinendra to everyone. First of all, let me thank Virag for joining me to Dungar Jain Saab because we wanted to meet, and I'm very happy that you have connected us today. On really, this Amrut Mahotsav have become more Amrut now with Jain Saab being with us, and I'm always happy. Virag and Jai Jinendra to everyone. First of all, Virag, there is some joining me to I don't know. There is some repetition going on.
sir, I can hear you very well, sir. Repetition
Hey, but
may
there,
be.
Sir, you can continue. You can continue. Things are fine, actually.
Sir.
okay. No, because then I'm getting that again. My sound is coming back. That is, I thought there is some
Ignore
maybe
whatever is
from my
coming back,
side.
sir.
Yeah, from my side there can be an error, but because I'm getting that repetition. Anyway, now I think the things have been solved anyway. And see, Virag, I have always found him. He brings it all the recent topic, and 44AB, I think at present is one of the thing which is because September would be the last date for the audits and all that to be completed. And Virag, I have seen from months together. What in COVID, I think Virag had turned all stumbling stones into stepping stones, and all I think he had made all the opportunities in all adversities into opportunities. And he has, I think, must have done how many webinars, Virag, if I'm not mistaken, more than 400 plus. Uh, yes, Virag, more than 400 plus webinars. Yeah, and with Giant Chartered Accountants, I'm really proud that he has given us that opportunity, and we must have done nearly more than 200 plus webinars with Virag as with coordination with Giant Chartered Accountants. And I had an opportunity in many times to welcome all the people. Like today, Virag gave me this opportunity. And actually, let me tell you, I wanted to learn 44AB. And today, Jain Saab, who can be a better person than to teach me this 44AB? And there are, because there are a lot of problems in 44AB, which I think when Jain Saab will explain, it would become very simple. And we would be in a happy and we would be enjoying doing the audit after listening to Jain Saab. That is my promise to every participant who are there. And Virag, I was not well, but when Virag gives me a call, I would always be there because he has been one of our Jain Chartered Accountants Foundation. He has been a pillar. He has been a support to us in any event. Any event, Virag is always there, and his team. I think Adarsh and all that has also been a support to us. And I think let us now not waste much of the time and let's listen to Jain Saab. I am also eagerly waiting. So thank you very much, Virag, and over to you. And now you can navigate the proceedings further, and I will let me enjoy listening to Jain Saab. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pradeep sir, for the wonderful keynote address and welcoming the participants and welcoming our today's guest speaker as well. So we welcome our friend C. Adarsh Moderator, who is also a technology man who has made everyone practice easy with the his software. So we welcome Adarsh bhai, and we welcome Dungar Jain sir. It's my proud privilege to introduce sir. Basically, it's no introduction required to sir. Sir is very famous across India. Sir is also a member of core group member of Bombay Chartered Accountant Society and in the technology committee. Despite and sir is a past chairman of SIRC of ICAI. So I think entire India is knowing sir, and we have done bank audit session as well, which also got a great response across India in our session as well. And sir is now doing many physical session in many different branches in rural branches. We can say everywhere, everywhere sir is doing that and making the our auditing interesting, entertaining, and very easy. So with this word, would like to request sir to take the proceeding ahead of our today's session. So over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Virag. In fact, thanks Pradeep Bhai for setting a high benchmark. In fact, I hope I'll be able to do justice. In fact, as Virag rightly said that today is the last date for this World Congress of Accountants program, which is going to happen in the month of November, and today is the last date for the early bird registration. I will request and urge all members to register because it is one of the first kind of event happening in all these years in our country. In fact, I learned that when India applied for it few years before, they rejected it, telling that India did not have the infrastructure. So, though things have changed, we are kind of going real global. So, I'll request everybody to register for the program. And coming to the topic, Pradeep Bhai rightly said, and Virag has rightly picked the topic, which is the need or the contemporary one, which today we are going to go through in the next 1 or 2 months. And today, to ease things, we cannot dream or even think of doing it without technology. I recall we were able to do that in bank audit where we could ease off things by organizing it better. I always keep telling when it comes to small and medium practitioners, they do things absolutely better, no doubt in that. Only trouble comes is when it comes to documentation and retrieving the information what we have did. Many a time it is available in a very scattered way, or many a time we have seen it is done but no record of what is being done is available. So the aim of this session will be to see that we are able to have documentation also properly done and also to do the repetitive things very easily actually. So I will start with a small PPT which I prepared. Of course, don't worry, it's more of a workshop. Just like to start with a warm up and then proceed.
Sir, just want to add your point from entire India and the abroad, from around 75 or 100 countries, more than 3,500 registration is already done in World Congress of Accountants. So just for the information of all, what I information got from the Secretariat of World Congress of Accountants. So over to you, sir.
India badal raha hai.
Yes, sir, definitely, sir. Today, in fact, to add this, I recall in one of the companies, performance was not good abroad. They said, no, India is a market which we could not explore, so our profits have come down. So things are changing, as Pradeep Bhai rightly says. Virag, is my screen visible? Okay, it's visible.
It is visible, sir. Just make it a slideshow mode, sir.
Okay. No, I'm not going to the full screen mode. Meantime, what I will request members is, are you able to see one link? Yes. I
Yes,
request everybody to access this bit.ly/44. It is not ABCD, it is 44ABDC. You click that
Yes.
link, type it. It will contain a lot of materials. You can right click and download all or individually also download. First, my request will be to store this link so that all these things what we are going to discuss today is available for you at any point of time in the same manner what we did for the bank audit actually. So coming for the important key points before we get into the session per se using technology, we must not forget that when we are doing a tax audit, we are supposed to give the opinion in the form of true and correct and not true and fair. So what happens when I'm doing for the audit for the companies? Yes, to an extent where it is not mentioned in 3CD, you can give a true and fair view. But when it comes to 3CD points, we are supposed to give true and correct. So we are given more responsibility to answer or to give our reporting appropriately. So that has to be taken care. Second is, whenever we are selecting our reports, ensure that proper forms are selected. Of course, income tax side does take care of the proper forms. The moment it is a company, 3CA will get selected. The moment it is some other individual or partnership, 3CB will get selected. But having done that, we have seen that last year, many people wrongly, when they generated UDIN, they selected the section wrongly, the form wrongly. There are a lot of issues that we had to face because the UDIN was not getting updated when the form was not correct. So ensure that you kind of get the form selected properly. Many a time the UDIN generation is kind of given to some senior staff who takes care of things. Ensure that he selects the proper form of 3CA or 3CB depending on the case. And fourth is the clause which we select in the form 3CD. It's A, B, C, D, E. Only one mention is where a person is subject to audit because he is not able to offer 8% or 6% of the turnover. Wide section 44AD, where is coming to get the books audited, the appropriate section clause E may be selected. The reason why it has to be proper is the institute also tracks of how many audits you have done during the year. And the limit for any person individually, if he's going to do tax audit, it is 60. And the moment he selects clause E, which means the ones which are subject to 44AD, not meeting the percentage, and then you are doing the audit, those things are exempt under the number of 60. So ensure that you properly select the clause in your form 3CD because there is a correlation of how many number of audits on the ceiling limit which is to be counted is also there. So ensure that that is also being properly done. And many a time we have seen that when we want to file a return for the client, we found that the DSC of the client has expired. Please ensure that you are able to have a valid DSC beforehand when you are trying to complete the audit. In the last minute, it becomes very difficult that the DSC generation takes a day or two actually. And many a time we see the date. Okay, 27th September, fine. But 27th September, even the time matters. I recall one incident where one DSC got expired at 27 September, 11 a.m. and we were trying to upload it in the evening. So even the time of the DSC matters. So ensure that you are properly having things beforehand so that you don't get stuck in the last minute. And then the last one which I want to touch upon is, though we said that we have to give true and correct view when we are doing the audit, there are still many places we end up giving disclaimers. So what happens in the Excel sheet or in the Word which we prepare, we might put disclaimers, but how does it reach to the department? So one way, or there are multiple ways where you can do it. The one way which I've been doing, I'll tell you, we attach the balance sheet, attach the P&L, and then there is something known as other reports where we attach the entire 3CD report. So that all the disclaimers get captured there. The department knows that these are the clauses where we have given the disclaimer. Alternatively, what you can do is, in the 3CB last point observations, you can tell that we have given this separately, and you can give a separate sheet for all the disclaimers or the observations. So the choice is yours. Whichever way you need, you can do. And Again, I'm telling there is no one way where you can do things. You can do it the way whichever you are comfortable. Like I've seen some members also in the 3 series of giving separate disclaimers there. They say as per the report appended separately, and you can append the report separately in the other reports when you are attaching the balance sheet and P&L. So these are the key points I thought I touch upon before we proceed. And I presume that you have got access to the link which I've shared. Virag, will I be getting a link for the question and answers or the chats? Okay, I think Virag has already sent the link in the chat box.
Yes,
For
sir,
the
yes,
benefit of everybody, if I can also, yeah, I think I. Chat box. Virag, you can stop me wherever there are questions relevant to that particular thing what we are discussing. So
okay,
that instead of taking all in the end, I'll be okay with taking them in there.
Sure, sir.
So I have given a small write-up as well. This write-up, you can go through it when you're finding time to explore other small options in Excel, which will help you to do things in a better way actually. So we will cover only the relevant and direct things. Other you can use this write-up which has been given actually. So before we start commence any audit, the first and foremost important thing is getting the appointment letter from the client, and we giving an engagement letter telling what are our terms going to be, what is our scope going to be. Many a time we have seen that we take it for granted that, sir, no, I'm dealing in small cases, chota case hai, so why I need appointment letter? Even an verbal appointment is as good as a written appointment letter. Friends, let me tell you, when tomorrow institute or there is a tax audit quality review board which asks for documents, if you don't have documents and tomorrow things go wrong, you might end up being in trouble yourselves. So my request will be to ensure that you have a proper appointment letter getting from the client, and also have an engagement letter given to the client. To make things easier, I've just attached a small template in Excel, where what you have to do is you just have to type the basic information in one sheet, and the actual sheet gets filled up. Again, I'm telling, this is only a suggestive format. You can feel free to change whatever you want to as per your needs, and you can customize it the way you want. So like I will say maybe Virag and Associates is the firm's name. Say Mumbai Central. And then here you can write the associate details. And then if there is the name of the proprietor, you can write, say, Mr. Ramesh, who is the proprietor. And you will have to give the date of appointment, and the system I put in such a way that the engagement letter is after 2 days. You can change the formula and make it 1 day or same day. The choice is yours. And you give the audit for the year ending. Now what happens the moment you have filled this information? Okay, got Virag spelling wrong. I will correct that. So now when you go to the appointment letter, you will see that if the letterhead is not available for the clients, we have seen many times a small client does not have the letterhead. You can see that the letterhead itself is ready here, and it is addressed to us. And then it says that we are glad to inform you that the turnover has exceeded, and we request you to kindly give us the report before the set time. and where the same case is there where the person has offered less than or 8% or 6%, the letter is also ready. You can pick either of the two. And this is the engagement letter which also gets prepared automatically. You just have to fill the basic information and you will see that the information is ready for you. Again, I'm telling this is only an illustrative or suggestive format. You feel free to change whichever you feel will be appropriate to suit your own needs. The idea is to, by just spending 2 to 3 minutes, you'll be able to kind of generate your appointment letter and engagement letter ready, because many a time we have seen when things are not ready, we feel that arey bahut sara time lagne wala hai, why I should kind of get into this. The technology around, actually if you use these small utilities, your life is going to be easier, and it is just not for the one client. Any client you need, you just have to fill in the information, which is going to hardly take a minute or two, and then you will have your appointment letter and engagement letter ready actually. Now for those people who feel, no sir, I'm not comfortable in Excel, we are more comfortable in Word so that we could make more changes, I have given that same appointment letter and engagement letter in Word as well. My suggestion will be not to use that, because if you are going to use in Word, you will have to check each and every place and change it, the year, the date, the name, and when it comes to the next client, you will end up reviewing every time. Many a time we have seen that something gets changed, something gets missed. So it is better you use template where all the information which is required is given, and then all the information automatically gets auto-populated in the other template which I have given actually. Okay, somebody says not audible. I think that's all clear now, Virag, right?
Yes, sir. That may be of previous one. Now everything is clear, sir.
Okay, so questions you take care, Virag, so that I'll just concentrate on this session, and you can stop me whenever you want to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So through with this appointment and engagement, a small thing, but we are supposed to do, ensure that it is done where due to paucity of time, that you are not able to do it before the audit commences, which in initial days it is actually possible. Ensure that at least when the audit is nearing completion, you prepare all those things actually. So take care of those parts so that it doesn't get missed. Next is, after the Satyam scam, it has become even important that we get the confirmation from banks externally through our own sources. So for which also I've given a small template. One is the client introduction letter, which you have to get first, and then the bank confirmation, which we have to get it from the banker actually. Somebody is unable to download the files. You can right click and click download. You will be able to download it. So same is the case here. The confirmation letter is prepared here. The format is ready. Only thing is you will have to change the details. So I will say Virag and Associates. The CA's name you have to write. If it's a partner, you can write partner of the firm. Say the bank name is ICAI Bank. And you need to get the bank address as well. Mumbai main branch, say. And then the pin codes. And you can select whether the amount is having debit or credit balance, depending on if the person is got a loan or he's got a normal account. Now here, if you see, we have to give the words in figures. The Excel does not have the inbuilt facility of giving this in words, for which I have given a small utility here equal to spell number. It will not work in your system if you try this formula, because this is not an inbuilt function of Excel. I'll change the figure to say 1,25,845.60 paisa. You will see that this is automatically got changed. Now, how to do that? In the let me close the ones which are not required. You can see here whatever figures we have put, it has come in actually words, because I've already given a small formula here which takes care of things. How to enable this? In the link which I've given, there is something known as 2C DC adding. I will want you to download this file. So I will copy this file here and then put it in the desktop. Now friends, only thing is, if I put in the desktop, this file will work in Excel. But what happens, after some time I change the location of this file. If I do that, then whatever Excel I have put this link, it will not work. So the foremost important thing is, I will have to copy this file and keep it in a place where I don't have to kind of change the location every time. So the best place to store is, I will first say right click, copy, go to my PC or my computer or this PC, go to C:, go to program files. In that you will have a Microsoft Office folder, and here say Control V. So I already have it. So I've copied this file now, and on the top bar I will copy this link and keep Control C. Now what I will do is, I will go to my Excel sheet. If you do this in any one Excel sheet, this file is available for you for all the Excel sheets actually. So how to enable this? Go to File. There is one last option known as Options. In that, you will see that there is one item known as Last but one item, Add-ins. I click that. A dialog box open in which you can see Manage Excel Add-ins Go. If there is some other option selected, select Excel Add-ins. I'm very sure by default you will have only Excel Add-in selected. Click Go. It will open a small dialog box in which you click Browse, and then here on the top you give that link, Control V, and give Enter. It will open that add-in file. Select that and say OK. That file will get selected, and it says you want to replace, say yes. Okay, in my case it is there, so it is asking for replace, otherwise it won't show. Just give OK. You will see that the add-in has now got embedded to your Excel, and then the moment you give, say I will type something 1 2 3 4 5 and say equal to spell SPELLNUMBER open bracket, select this, you will get the answer actually. I will repeat the step again. First you copy that file which I have told is 2C add-in, store it in a place where you are very sure that you will not change the location hereafter. In my case, I have gone to my computer. In that program C:, program files, Microsoft Office, and I have copied that link. After copying the link, I have gone to Excel. Go to File, last tab, Options. In that, it will open a dialog box where I have to come to this add-ins panel actually, which is on the left side. I click this last item, Manage Excel Add-ins. I click Go, and here I have to select Browse and give the link so that I'm able to select this add-in file and After giving OK, that would have got automatically collected, and I just have to say yes. Any doubts in this? Because this is something, it is just not for this, but for many a place where we want these rupees in words and paisa, you can actually make use of it. Few people says, where can I get an PPT? Friends, there is no PPT, it is purely workshop. So you will be able to see this video recording. I learned it will be in YouTube, Facebook and LinkedIn, I'm told. So that Virag will be able to share. And somebody says whether I can get this Excel file. Yes, I shared the link so everybody can get access to this file actually. So by doing that, your confirmation letter is ready. In fact, there is one more school of thought which says that, sir, why I should give the balance? I will only tell you, let the bank confirm the balance. Yes, you can do that, but what happens is, if the bank doesn't confirm, we have a small trouble. So it is better you write the amount and tell that within 7 days or 10 days, if you don't reply, we assume that the balance is right and we can proceed with things actually. So by this, we are able to get the confirmation letter in a flash ready, where we just have to take a printout of this. Even you don't even need to put it under your own stationery. We have prepared a one with the CA logo and the firm's details, so you just can take a printout and make use it. Or if you are having your own stationery, you can remove this and start putting it under your stationery and take printout of it actually. Okay, somebody says again use the, they need the link. I will do it again. Friends, you can check the chat where I'm putting it to everybody. And those who says link is not working, you may kindly check it now. So somebody is telling, repeat the formula for converting the figures to words. The formula is nothing but spell number, SPELLNUMBER. I will repeat it. Only thing is it will work only if the add-in is available. If the add-in is not loaded into your system, it will not work. I hope it is clear now. Equal to spell number, SPELLNUMBER. Friends, shall I proceed now? Because all these templates are available. You can, at your will and wish, do it freely. Everyone wants zip file. Please ask everyone to use Control A, that will select all files. They can right click and then download all files together. Okay. Thanks, Vinith, for giving this suggestion. He says, wherever you're not able to download the files, you click that link, give Control A, which will select all the files, and then give right click and say download. All the files will get downloaded at one go. Thanks, Vinith. Friends, shall I proceed now with the next one? Okay, no questions means I'm good to go. So I'll close this file. And then I've given this client introduction letter, because whenever you are going to seek the bank confirmation from the client, it will not be possible unless it is being supported by a confirmation of balance from the client actually. So for which I've given it in Word, which you can do it. Probably after 2 days, I'll update this also in Excel, so that this is also ready for you, where you just need to take the printout actually. So only if the client gives your introduction letter, it is possible that the banker will respond to you, otherwise he might not do it actually. In fact, this is the hazards of Word. If you see here, it says 31st March 2019. Here it says 31st March 2022. So the moment this is fully embedded in Excel, your life becomes easier because you don't have to key in things at each and every place. Yes, approximately 25 MB is right, because there are a lot of presentations and other things also I have given, which will help you to kind of get all things at one go. In fact, one more thing which I've shared in the template is we are required to take all the KYC of the clients, which also has to be taken care. I think it is not there in the display, but it is there in the link which I've shared. The last one, ICAI KYC. I'll just open this file for you. Many a time we have seen that even the basic documentations of the clients are not being held by us, we being chartered accountants. We are supposed to maintain and have those documents. They are told where the client is an individual, what are the information you need to have. Where the person is a corporate entity, what are the information we need to have. And all this information we should hold in record, and it should be in the permanent file of the assessee actually. For people who are asking whether recording is available, yes. Virag will be able to share the links which are available in Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, I'm told actually. So don't forget to have this KYC, and in next 2 or 3 days again, if possible, I will try to give this in Excel format so that you can capture the information and keep it with you actually. Even if the supportive is not available, at the capturing of the information basically can be done, but it's always suggested that you have the copy of this also, so that tomorrow you are, as per the institute norms, have complied with the KYC norms also, which is called as know your client. Okay, now I will open this form 3CD, which is available in Excel format. And friends, I have taken care to see that it is the one which is being the latest. But if there are any errors, kindly feel free to let me know so that I'll be able to make the changes appropriately. So I've given this in Excel, and there is one column here, this clause 10A, where you have to tell the nature of the profession which the assessee is engaging into. Many a time we have seen we do the audit and the last minute we try to fill. This is especially for the new clients. So ensure that this information is properly given, because a lot of things, interlinked things are there depending on the code what you select. So these business codes are given here actually for you to help and see where it suits. Now suppose if the business code, the person is engaged in retail business, Control F, retail, I will search. So for wholesale and retail, if it is others, the code should be 09028. So here in the form 3CD, if I select 09028, you will see that automatically, in fact, you have to give Control S because there has been some problem with this file. You will see that this particular column, this will get automatically changed. And what I have given is a simple function where it gets taken care. Where the business, with the business code, the actual nature of business also comes. And how I have done that, I have done that using the X lookup. So probably this is a message to everybody that please try to use the latest version of Excel, because it has got a lot of wonderful new tools which will make your life easier. Sir, do I have to compulsory use X lookup? Cannot I do with VLOOKUP? Yes, it is possible, but it's a little tedious. I'll try to explain how both work so that you'll appreciate that why the newer age tools are better actually. So now I will try to first show how XLOOKUP works, because I am having MS365 in my system. XLOOKUP will work better. So I will say XLOOKUP, open bracket, select this code which is F21, comma, and it says lookup array. I'll go to business codes and say please search in this column C, comma. It says return array. Which is the return array you want the output to display? Now I want the result in B to be displayed, which means the information is searched in the C column and the corresponding value of the same in the B column is returned. So I'll say close and enter. Now you will see this information has come automatically. I change the code to some other code, say 9027. 9027 and give control S. You will see that it has got changed to wholesale. Now we'll try to do the same thing with VLOOKUP. Equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket. I know many of you would have used. Can somebody will be able to help me how to use VLOOKUP for this? Now this is my sheet. I need to use VLOOKUP. Whether it is possible for me to use VLOOKUP with this data as such, or I need to do something else. I will require one or two answers so that I know that people are with me. Not possible, somebody says. Yes, in block entire column. No, I don't get what is block entire column, but not possible. The simple reason being the lookup value is in the C column and there is no data after this which is on the right side. So now what I have to do, I have to give control C here and give control V. Sorry. Control C and then give control V here. For VLOOKUP to work, the leftmost column should be the one where I select the data and the data should be in the right side. Somebody says shift C to B. Yes. So shifting, I'll copy it again to make my life easier. So now we will try to use the VLOOKUP function equal to VLOOKUP, open bracket. What is the lookup array? Which is F21, comma. Now I have to select the table array. I go to business codes. I should carefully select this as the first row. If I select this, it is going to give me error. So I should be very careful that my lookup value should match with the first column of the table which I select. So I select this code and subsector. And what is the shortcut to select the entire data? How do I select? I cannot do it manually, selecting one by one, which will take a lot of time. It may run to so many cells. How do I get to the end arrow? So shift control down arrow is one choice, or shift control end. But now the problem is the moment there is a space, shift control down arrow won't work. So I have to give shift control end, which will select the entire data. I'll give F4 here to make this static, comma. Now my first column is the codes in this business code and I want to return the second column. So I will say comma 2, comma 0. I have got the same result. I am repeating this function again. Equal to VLOOKUP. First put the lookup value which you want. In my case it is F21. Then I'm going to this business codes and selecting C2 to D372. In the business codes, I have selected it from C2 to D372, which is the entire range. I can do it manually, but best thing is to use the shortcuts. Shift control down arrow if there is no space. If there is space, you can use shift control end. That will select the entire range of the data. Having selected, I'm putting 2. 2 is the reason because C is the first column, D is the second column. I have to tell that it is the second column and then 0 is for the exact match. I'll be able to get the result. Now that you would have observed that X lookup was much easier and simpler when it compared to the V lookup actually. So my suggestion is please go for the latest version of Excel so that you are able to use these new tools very easily. I will not get to any of the routines because I know you would have attended a lot of sessions where the routines are getting covered. My idea is to only see that where you could use technology in a better way, those classes you can give it, and wherever possible try to create proper links, because if you are able to spend one time for one client, then the next audit becomes very easy for you actually. The best part I'll tell you where we have tried to put the ratios actually. Here it is. Now it will be practically not possible for me to manually type these things where things may go wrong. I need the percentage also. I need the details of the previous figure also. What I've did is I've given on comparative analysis here. So this will help me that if I put all this information here I don't have to type directly. If I have the balance sheet P&L ready, I just have to give the proper links to that particular cell and all the information comes here. The beauty of this is it is just not only for the information which is given in the to be given in the 3CD. You can use it for the analysis of the clients that whether things are right or not. If there is something which has got missed, many a time we have seen that sometimes some item would be above GP or some would be below GP, that will have a huge variance in GP. So wherever there is a huge variance, it is our responsibility to see that there is no mistake which kind of happens because of things going wrong this way, that way. And what I've did is I've used one small conditional formatting, which will give you the arrow marks. How to do that? First, I've given a very basic formula telling that I will zoom a little so that it is easier for you. The formula is very simple, telling that B6, which is the current year turnover, minus my last year turnover, close the bracket and then give bar 6. Friends, you have to be very careful when we are giving these kind of formulas. If I don't give this bracket, you will see that the results will be observed. Because what system does it is being done first and then this B6 minus that figure is being done. So whenever these kind of formulas are there, please ensure that you give the correct one so that your result is not observed. Now, having given this formula telling that B6 minus C6 bar C6, it will only give 37.0%. I will copy this for function and show it to you. I will get only result like this. Now to make it, put in a proper perspective, I'll first copy this to the other rows. Delete the ones which I don't want. Select this and first go to this percentage and increase the decimal to 2. So I've got this now. I select this range, go to conditional formatting. There is something known as icon sets. Here I can select these arrows. Now you can see that rather than just seeing the numbers, it is easy for me to make analysis where things have increased or decreased actually. And if there is a difference of more percentage, I have to really get into see why it is there. When I'm doing this, I have also given the information of unsecured loans, sundry creditors and cash, just for us to see whether things have not been apparently missed. And then I've given this small checklist for the tax audit also. Friends, this is not prepared by me. I got it as a forward from one of the WhatsApp. I found it very useful, so I put it. Again, the choice is yours to make any modifications for your audit program. Friends, please spend this filling of things will not take much time. Many times we have seen that if you don't prepare the information, we might miss out on things which actually may require reporting. So please ensure that that is being taken care. And this will help the people who are doing it audit for the first time or who are newcomers. It will be easy for them to know what they have to do and this will help them to correlate things also along with other clauses. And feel free to make any modifications you want to make so that you're able to do things in a better way. Now, wherever you're using the links, one more thing I've observed is, say like, I'm giving the name here, Virag Shah, and I'm giving Mumbai. Now, if I were to give the information in same one cell, how do I capture these two information in the same cell where Mumbai comes in the next line actually? I will require some answers where I want the name and the city in the same cell but one line, and then on the next line I want the city name. Can somebody tell me how to do it? Somebody says concatenate. No, concatenate will help, but it won't get me. I'll put concatenate and show it to you. Concatenate, open bracket, this, comma, this, and close bracket. Okay, if I want a space, I will add one space also. But if I give wrap text, it is not coming in two lines. It is only coming in one line. Okay, somebody has got it right using Alt Enter. Alt Enter is the right word, right one. So what I can do is, I will say first Virag Shah, where I have to type directly Alt Enter Mumbai. Now that takes care of things. Now what if it is in particular cell? Somebody wanted me to put that concatenate, or I will use the simpler formula equal to F13 and within double quotes space and Mumbai. If I give wrap text now, I won't get this in two lines. Somebody says alignment. No, please don't do that, because if I change the alignment, then things can go wrong. So let us not do any temporary thing. Let us always try to find permanent solutions. Yes, where you are not able to get permanent solutions, look for those jugaads where you can do it the way you want. But here, if I want this in the formula itself to come in two different lines, I'll tell you the shortcut for, or the formula for Alt Enter. You can give character CHAR open bracket 10 close bracket. You will see that I've got it in two lines. Only thing is, my wrap text should be enabled for this to work. I'm repeating again. You give the formula whichever you want. Say I've given F13 and character CHAR open bracket 10 and F14. The CHAR of 10 actually stands for the formula for Alt Enter. So where I want when I prepare some reports, I want things to come in one line after another. This can come very handy because I don't have to do that manually. And somebody said alignment, I don't have to worry about it. And I want to add one more, CHAR of 10 and this one. And I'll give India here. So this will work well actually. So this was the clause which I was telling. I want you to be careful whenever you are selecting the clause, because if you select the wrong clause, you might end up in trouble later actually. So please be careful. Instruct your article or people who are doing the audit to put the proper clause actually. Rest, I think there is nothing much here. So we'll try to use the audit functions, small utilities, which will help us to do the audit better. And if required, we'll come back here. Okay, first, before we proceed, one thing is we are supposed to require to report on whether there has been any violation of 40A3 or 40IA. In negligence in reporting, there is a case where the CEO was awarded punishment of removal of his name from the members because It was a basic check which he missed actually. And second thing, whenever you are evaluating the transactions where this 269SS, 269T and 269ST are required, please ensure that you verify the bank account of the client also. Many times we have seen that people put bank entries just like that to see that there is no violation, but actually there are cash entries. So as a chartered accountant, you cannot be absolved from liability if the client engages things of that sort. So ensure that any transactions which he tells that it has been done through bank, see that there are proper bank entries. Somebody wanted that any Excel formula for shortcut for converting balance sheet into lakhs or thousands as per requirement of Schedule 3. Yes, Gaurang, it is possible actually. There is one function known as round down. I will just try to see if we can cover this now itself. 123.67.890 equal to round down, open bracket, select the cell, comma. There are a lot of variables, like if you give 2, no, I'll have to give it 4, no. No, for lakhs, I think we'll have to only use this divide by lakh. Say like equal to this divided by lakh. Let me come back if there is any function which will kind of take care. And here now I can say round it to 2 decimals, comma 2. So that is how you can do, like there can be one set of function here and you can use the word round function and then give it by divide by lakhs. Okay, somebody says m round equal to m round, open bracket, this comma multiple. I haven't used this multiple one, minus sign to be used before number. Okay, it was not for m round, I think. Fine, there are two ways where you can use, one is round, one is round up, one is round down. Whichever way you want, it is actually possible by doing it. Somebody is using paste pressure. Oh, don't do that because you will get disconnected from your original data. So don't try out that actually. Okay, now coming to our thing. Now I've given a small summary of the cash book. Now here generally when you download the data from Excel, I mean the Tally or any other information, the most important thing is to use some time to sanitize the data like we do in the bank audit. Because if we don't sanitize the data and put it in the proper format, any kind of formatting we do, it will be difficult. Okay, Neil has given a function. Let me just copy it and see if that works. Okay, it works. He says give the function divided by 10 to the power of 5. So what you have to give is, say this is the figure, equal to this slash 10 to the power of 5, and then now you round off. Comma 2. So this gets taken care. And you can change the parameters if you want to, whether you want it divided by lakh or whatever. As I told you, there is no one way where you can do things in Excel. You can actually do it in multiple ways. For lakhs, somebody says round off number minus 5, okay, equal to round off this number, comma minus 5. No, that rounds off to the upper one actually. It must be round down then. No, here you are not getting it actually. Fine. So this you can explore it yourself, but yes, it is possible to do it. Only thing is you have to find the exact one, and once you are comfortably with one formula, you can use it for all the formulas. Now, coming to this data, you can see that certain entries there are narrations, certain entries there are no narrations. Now, how to take care of this? What I can do is I can filter it also and do, which will be a longer route. But the best way instead of using filter is to, wherever possible, use the formula. So before we get into the formula, I'll have to first see that the data is not having any merged data. Here you can see my B and C is merged. So I'll remove the merged and see that I give proper headings everywhere. Is it necessary that I have to give proper headings, or I can leave it blank? Like this B6. Should I have to compulsorily give some heading, or I can leave it blank also? Can one or two people suggest that leaving blank is suggested, or it is better I type something and keep? For few blank, okay. No, my suggestion will be, don't use any header as blank, because tomorrow if you're going to do pivot, you'll be having trouble. So type something, some one-liner or two-liner, so that there is no trouble later actually. So somebody says yes, Milind says give heading, use heading. The simple reason being so that you are able to kind of use the data where you want to use it. Yes, Shashank has got it right that pivot table may not work. Can't leave it blank. Filter, no, filter will work. See, if I leave it blank, my filter will anyway work. It has nothing to do with my filter. See, filter will anyway work. The problem is tomorrow when I'm using pivot or for analysis, I'll have trouble actually. So again, I'm telling, for filter, the header can be blank. It is only for other things it is useful actually. So I've given type now. Now what I will do is I'll give a function here telling that equal to if open bracket, that is this date is equal to this date. No, wait, I will first remove the, I am only bothered about the credits actually. For cash book, I'm only worried about the 10,000, but okay, first I have to get this formula here. 1 second. Equal to, so you will observe that wherever there is narration, the date is blank actually. So what I can do is, I know that there is a value, every date is got a value in Excel. So I will say equal to if open bracket, select the next item, which is A8. If A8 is greater than 1, which means there is some date, then I will say double quotes, which means do nothing. If it is not so, please copy the one which is in the C8 and I'll give close. I can alternatively say okay or nil. You will see automatically that where there was a data here, it has got copied to bill number 4318. I can, in the end right, if I double click, you will see that all my data where there were narration, I'm able to get it in the same line itself. So I just have to give the heading now as narration. I'll repeat the formula again. I'm telling that if the next line date is greater than 1, please type nil or give C8 so that I'm able to get the narration. Or now to make life easier, I will remove this nil also and let just be double quotes. So now you will see that where there is an information, it has got picked, and when there is no information, it is given a blank. Okay, somebody says please zoom. Okay. Only thing is, if I zoom, you will get the function, but you will miss out what all I've selected actually. Anyway, for benefit of everybody, if you are using the same Excel, this is the function I have used. If 8 is greater than 1, which is I'm putting it in the 7th column, in the 7th row. In the 7th row, I have to give the function equal to if A is greater than 1, please display nothing. If not, display C8, which will automatically give me the narration actually. Friends, any doubt in this? Because these kind of things will help you to have your data sanitized in a easier way actually. It's a simple if function, nothing great about it. And again, I'm telling there are multiple ways of doing it. You can do whichever way you are comfortable. I found this very useful because I was able to get this in a flash actually. So having done this, what I will do, Control C, I select the entire row, right click, paste special values, so that there is no formula now for me. Now I can remove all this data which is not required. So I'll give a filter now and then say blanks. Shift Control down arrow, right click, delete row. It will take some time depending on the data and your system processor, but nevertheless spending some time for sanitizing the data is more important actually. So now you see all my narrations are gone and I got the data with narration side by side actually. Now what I have to do, I have to select the entries which are having more than payments which are being made more than 10,000. I put filter again and in the credits number filter greater than 10,000. Okay. Now here you can see there are some contra entries also. So first I can select the contra and check whether they are genuinely contra entries or not. Okay, I could, when I selected contra, I could see only the bank accounts. So I'm very sure that yes, they are bank entries only. So I will select all, deselect the contra and say okay. And maybe I'll remove these things also, the totals. Now, these are all straight violation of 40A3, which I have to review. Now I can give my remarks. What are these payments? If this payment is to somebody loan, yes, there is a violation of not even 40A3, straight away a violation of 269 SS. And then some rent has been paid, 14,500, yes, it is a violation, is being paid by cash. Now, again, bonus, if it is one person, it is trouble, but if it is to multiple group of people, you can always cross check and see whether it is to record on. Now I can remove these two things because this is from the bank they have put, but it has, the journal has selected is wrongly received. So I can remove this shade to tell that this is fine actually. Now what happens when we do this analysis, it only captures the information which are very, very apparent that it is beyond 10,000. What happens if there is a split entries? I will remove the filter, or I will do one thing, I will copy all the credits only here to make my life easier. So these are my total credits, which I will select, Control C, insert. So now what I will do is I will first filter it and then put it as per the A to Z, as per the names. Now I will tell that equal to sum ifs, which means you total it for me where the date is same. Sum range if this, no, sum range is this G, comma. What is the criteria? First criteria is the date. This is the criteria, and I have to tell if it matches with the same date, comma. Second is the criteria range is C, comma C2. Let me sort it date wise. So now you can see that there are two payments made for same expenditure for 1,550. I have got the accumulated sum. Same way for staff salary, though there were separate things, this is within the limit, no trouble, but there is a possibility that this could have got escalated. Traveling expenses, what I would have only got to know one amount, I've got this as 511. Loading and unloading within limits, no problem. What I will do is, I will now remove this filter and do it again. I will say cumulative. Now I will say number filters greater than 10,000 and say OK. I will remove all these contra entries. In fact, I could have removed it when I copied here. Sorry. Now you can see that what would have only limited to smaller entries, now it is giving me all this extra information that on one day this staff got paid more than 10,000, but no trouble because it is all within the limits per person. There is no issue actually. So if I'm very sure that okay, my staff salary is all below the limit, no trouble, I can straight away remove staff salary itself. State Bank of India I can remove, drawings I can remove, bonus I'm assuming it is within limits I can remove, or let it be there. Let me see. Okay, bonus is also of the small value, so it is sent to so many people. I will remove this also. So now you see, okay, here these two different things, no problem. You can give your remarks and find whether you're able to find any additional things. So here you can see that one Ashwatthama food, here you can see on 1710, there are two transactions being split as to 10,000 and 1,000, which is a straight violation of 40A3. Now your question may come, sir, are we required to do this analysis? See, today with things around, at least you should know that the associate does not play with you, and you have taken all means and mechanism to see that nothing is got missed actually. So I'll repeat the function here. I'll zoom it so that it's easy. The function which the formula which we have used is equal to sum ifs open bracket, or I'll do it again so that it is easier for you. Equal to sum ifs open bracket is asking me for the sum range. Now which sum I want the answer from? I want it all the function which is there in G, comma, is asking for the criteria range. My first criteria range is date. So I select A is to A, comma. Now I have to select the data which is in A2, comma, A2. Now second criteria is my particulars, which is C is to C, comma C. Okay, I should be C38 because I've already filtered the data here. So I'll make this a C38. Sum ifs. This has got wrong. It is actually G to G. Now if I copy this to all the places, I will get it right. Friends, first you have to sort it by date, then particulars, then only you will get the data in the proper way. It is only after this you have to apply the function. I will probably put the function in the chat box itself so that you can all try it yourself. Friends, I have given the function in chat box itself. So those who want to try it and see that they don't miss out, you can see it. It's a very, very simple function. You don't have to remember anything. Just be guided by the function which it is asking. Here we have used two parameters to arrive at the cumulative function. First parameter was my date. Wherever there is change in date, I don't want the summing. If there is same date, I want the summing. And second was whether the particulars are same. The moment I did this, I was able to get the cumulative data actually. So only thing is your first sorting has to be as per the particulars, and then you have to sort as per the date. I will repeat it. Your data actually would have been like this first. So what I have to do is, first I have to sort the particulars and then sort as per date. By doing that, what happens? All the particulars which would have come as one go will automatically get date filtered wise actually alphabetically. So I'm repeating, first filter is C column, second filter is A column. Then you will get the data right. After that, if you use the function, you'll be able to get it better. So for the benefit of everybody, this is the function we have used. If you are using it in the J or K2 equal to sum ifs, because there are two ifs which we are using. Sum ifs G is to G. G is to G is the column which I want to total. Then first is the range which is asking A is to A is the date. Then I'm telling please see if it is matching with A2. Same thing, the range is C is to C, in which you please match C2. By doing that, I'll be able to get the summing if, then I'll be able to use filter and see if it is more than 10,000 or not. So there are certain places where you cannot use pivot, but you will end up using only these kind of functions. And let me tell you again, this is not one way. There are multiple ways where you can get this result actually. You can do it in pivot also, but it will be little bit roundabout way. This is much simpler way than doing it using pivot actually. Can't we use subtotal function here and once data is sorted, filter by date? Yes. See, as I told you, there is no one way. Only thing is you put subtotal, test it. If you find that way that is comfortable, the choice is yours. Because many a time whether filtering will be a hurdle or not, we have to check. If it is, you are able to get the desired result using any other method, you are free to do that actually. Now same thing we'll try to use the function for freights where I want to find two payments. One, where the freights are paid beyond 30,000 in cash, for which TDS is applicable. In fact, sorry, for payments where more than 30,000, forget about cash. Cash I have already covered in the cash book. Now, suppose where there is a payment of more than 30,000, TDS is deductible unless the guy gives a declaration that he's got lesser than 10 vehicles and the total payment during the year exceeds 1 lakh, TDS is applicable. So how to do that? I go to this freight sheet, and again the foremost important thing is remove the merged thing so that I don't have any problem. And remove the unwanted things which I don't want. And there are some credits which also are not bothered because for my summation this credit is not going to help at all. So maybe if I don't want, I can straight away delete it. But when you are working on a file, do not work on the original file. Please keep a copy and then only work. If I were to do it correctly, I should have copied this in a new file. And then only worked. So now I will try to find where there is payment more than 30,000. So number filters greater than 30,000 rupees. So all these payments, since it is exceeding 30,000, they are all liable to TDS, subject to the point that if they are given declaration, then we may exclude it. If not, we have to go for it. Now, there are so many people who have got repeated. How to remove the duplicates? Can somebody tell me? So I'm not bothered about the money now that I've got the information. I want to know how many people are there now.
$528.
Control C, Control V. Somebody says conditional formatting. Conditional formatting will only throw things. It will not curtail the data actually. Yes, conditional formatting is correct. Or I can even put it in alphabet order and sort it. But how to remove the duplicate straight away so that I know how many parties are there? Pivot. Okay, pivot is again a roundabout way. Advanced filter unique records. Okay. Data remove duplicate. Perfect, Milind. In the data option tab, there is something known as remove duplicates. After having selected the range, I can just say remove duplicates, and then I've got this unique data. I'll give Control Z, the Control V. So I'll say remove duplicates. I'll say OK. So now I know that there are around 18 items which are subject to TDS. I need to verify. Remove this one maybe because some TDS entries also come here. The alternative way, I think somebody suggested, Rohit has suggested, is if you are using the newer Excel version, MS365, there is one function known as unique, equal to unique open bracket, select this range and close the bracket. You can see that the array is dynamic, that it has given me all the result at one go. I have to just remove this, ignore this because this is a TDS entry. And if I don't want the link, I can give Control C, right click, paste special values so that the function is also now curtailed. And this is so dynamic that tomorrow you say, I assume, add a new party, new Mumbai roadways. Now what happens here? There is no new data which has come because I've used the remove duplicate. But here I was able to get a new entry because this has got added. So by using these new edge functions, even if your original data gets altered, it becomes very easy for you to get the desired result actually. So this was stage 1. Now stage 2, I need to check if there is a less than 30,000 per transaction, but overall if the amount has exceeded 1 lakh. So how to do that? I will have to end up only doing pivot. I will insert one more sheet. I'm very sure many of you would have used pivot, but for the benefit of everybody, those who don't know, I will repeat it actually. Somebody says count if. Okay, count if won't work, but you can use sum if actually. Sum if will work actually. That can be used. So now we'll go to pivot, insert pivot, go to my flight data. Shift control down arrow. We select only till the data is there. We say okay. Now I have to say particulars so that I get the name of all the parties and then the debit amount. I actually got all the sum. I can copy it separately or do the filter here itself. Paste special value so that my original data is not disturbed. And I'll remove the grand total because I'm not bothered about the total. Say sort largest to smallest. I have to just worry about these parties now. Control C, bring it here. And add Control V. And expand my unique function here. Now you can see that one party has got additionally added, which was not there. This is VRK transport. VRK transport was not there previously. Now it has got added because the individual bills were less than 30,000, but my total has got more than 1 lakhs. So of course you would have been doing it, but if you are able to get the information, it is a matter of 2 to 3 minutes where you can actually get the information. So using pivot and unique, you can actually arrive at your desired result. Now you get data something like this. Many a time we have seen that some reports, some data come like this, where I want to analyze the data now. So first I will say write the zone. I will do filtering. I will filter as per the value. Say largest to smallest. Now I don't know which of these people this zone it belong to. So how to ensure that these 3 places I get the name Bahubali, here Dev Sena, here Balal Dev, here Katappa. Of course, there are multiple ways. Don't tell the manual way, that is not the right way. So if somebody can put in the group, will you provide this Excel in the end of the webinar? I don't mind sharing it to Virag if he can share that, or I'll put it in the group itself, telling that this is the worked file. I don't mind doing that. So Sufia, don't worry, I'll be doing that actually. Somebody says merge. No, merge, what happens? I won't be able to use filter at all afterwards. So merge is not the option. Autofill. How does autofill work? I don't know. Which group? No, the link which I have shared. I have shared one link bit.ly/44abdc. In that same file itself, I'll put this file now after the session is over. Okay, somebody has got it beautifully. Go to select blank, upper cell and control enter. Perfect. Amit Mehta has got it right. Shailendra Dharap has also got it right. I don't know whether everybody is able to see the questions and answers, but anyway, I will tell you two ways where you can do it. The simpler way, which I kind of never knew, which people were able to do it. They said, sir, you filter blanks. You filter blanks and then say equal to, this is A3. So say A2 equal to, one second. They selected entire range and say equal to A2. No. Now select all blanks are selected, okay. And no, control enter, that is the normal way. I remember somebody in my session was able to do it using filter actually. I forgot, but that is not the what do you say, the routine way, but they were able to do it actually. Put A2 in A3 and copy paste the cell to blank. No. If you do that, then this will get changed actually. Anyway, there is one way of doing it filter, but the correct way to do is select the entire range and then say Control G, which is go to, then select the special. So it is Control go to special and then select all the blanks. Now my blanks have got selected. I have to just say equal to A2 and give Control enter. All my data comes actually. So this is one way of doing it. Somebody did two filter. Let me see if I'm getting the answer here. Filter only the blank cells, put A2 in cell A3, copy paste to all cells. Okay, I'll try that also. So they say filter. Equal to A2, Control C and Control V. I think yes, this is the way. So this way is also possible to get the data. Perfect. Pavitra, you got it right. So there are multiple ways where you can achieve the result. The choice is yours. I'll repeat both steps for benefit of everybody. The method which I will suggest everybody to do is not using filter is Control G, go to dialog box will open, select special, in that you select blanks. Say okay. Don't type anything. The moment you type some enter or you click the mouse button, it will go. So just say equal to A2 and give Control enter. This will give all the data. This is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is select the range, give filter, select the blanks, and here you give equal to A2 because you know you are in the A3 column. Control C and you paste it to all the places as Control V. Both will give the same result actually. So the choice is yours. I don't know if you can tell me some other way also to achieve it. Well and good actually. So next is just given a small template where you can give the details. You can pull it from the GST site and you can tell that how much of the turnover there is a mismatch and your remarks thereon, and how much of the months you have made the vouching, because practically it might not be possible for us to do a 100% verification of sales and purchases first. Secondly, today with the GST data available, many a time we have seen it is only a Xerox copy checking. So you can actually be satisfied with the sales and purchases data if your data in the GST site and your books matches. Where you feel there is a variance, only you have to verify. Randomly 1 or 2 months you can verify to see that the audit is kind of done in a proper way. Stock valuation, you have to get the stock details, because mere information that this is a stock is not right. You have to get the statement from the assessee to see that he has the stock summary of the stock which is arriving at the end. And for all the expenses which you are vouching, what are the heads, what is the total amount of that, and what is the amount you have verified, so that you know how much of the percentage has got covered. Here you can give the formula equal to this divided by this. So let me say traveling. So the amount was say 4,50,000. I was able to verify to the extent of say 3,75,000. There are 83% I have covered actually. So you are very sure as to how much of the audit has been done by you actually, or maybe it will be helping you to track how much of your article has done the work. I've given a small audit observation sheets which may be getting recorded here, telling that TDS may be applicable for payments made for say for some abroad subscription abroad. Under section 195. And then tomorrow, how that issue has got resolved, you can kind of make a note of it. So what happens tomorrow, it become easy for you as to what were the queries that were raised and how they have got resolved actually. Or maybe you can say violation of section 269 SS. Say party Manisha loan. Second, you can verify that maybe there is not a loan and it might be a partner's capital account which they would have put it as loan actually, where they want to bifurcate. So now if you put these queries, it will be easy for you to do the audit, where this will act as your working papers also. Next is depreciation. I don't think you are new to this. Only thing is I've added this one column new, telling that if there are any additions made in the asset where the amount is paid by more than 10,000 in cash, by virtue of section 43, you will have to not allow depreciation. So those things, instead of asking it separately, you can actually cover it here itself. So less from additions if money by more than 10,000 is paid by way of cash. Then I've given a small format where you need to get the payments to relatives. It says repayment, it is actually payment to relatives, because the people who are relatives, we may not be aware. So when you write here, ensure that it is properly put in the management representation also, because we'll have to sit with the associate and tell that, boss, please give me the details of these people so that we don't miss out. And if he fails to give and we don't report, we don't have any problem. But the basic check, it is upon our responsibility. It is our responsibility to get the information from the client. Then a summary of your 43B payments, including your GST, TDS, PF. And I've given a small tool where if you put the PAN number, it will throw an error whether it is right or not. Now it is not possible to actually see if you are giving a wrong PAN number. This only checks whether the first 5 digits are alphabet, the next 4 digits are numeric, and the last digit is the alphabet. It only does the very basic checking. Maybe if I miss something, or if I give alphabet in place of number, it will be able to throw an error. So wherever there is 269 SST loan where the assessee gives the PAN number, first insist on the PAN number if possible, but if not, also at least you can get the PAN number put here and check whether the PAN number is right or not actually. and I've given a small function where you want to pick the fourth digit to know whether the person is individual, because lot of times we have seen that depending on the person to whom you are making the payment, the TDS rate may undergo a change. So how to pull that and see is equal to, there is function known as mid function, mid PAN number, comma, start number. I want the start number from the fourth digit. So I'll say comma 4, comma how many characters? Only 1. So comma 1. So this will give me the fourth digit. So P stands for individual, H stands for HUF, C stands for company, A stands for association of persons, others are all error. So I have to kind of get the PAN number right for me to check actually. So all these places you can see that the PAN number is false. So only these things are right. Then I have tried to give a small sample management representation. Again, I'm telling it is only illustrative. This is something which we have been doing in our office. There is always a scope of making any additions or removals, which you are free to do it. But it is always better you get it from the client. Does it absolve us from a responsibility? No, it does not absolve, but where we are not able to do it, you can actually use this tool to get the information. So you can change it as per your needs for the management representation. And I've tried to give one more utility where you can get the authorization from the client with regards to the digital signature which you are holding, the uploading of income tax return and the uploading of tax audit return. So here also, as you said, if you just give the dates and the details of the chartered accountant, say and the details of the assessee, which will automatically throw the financial year and the assessment year, you will see that your DSC authorization is ready, which has to be taken on the assessee's letterhead. That's so he is giving it to us, telling that we authorize you to use the digital signature. There is one more school of thought that we chartered accountants should not get this because we are not supposed to use the digital signature in our office. Friends, the IP address will actually capture and tell where the DSC has been used. So it is better we take this authorization. And this formats which I have picked is this DSC, tax audit report, and ITR is not mine. It is picked from one of our institute guidance note on practice office management. I do not know the exact name. So I pulled that from that, and it is upon you to get this information from the client, where you just have to fill the basic information here. You will see that your DSC authorization, your tax audit report, and ITR is also done. In fact, friends, if you see, I have given this templates in 3 or 4 separate places. There was one for appointment letter and engagement letter, one for bank confirmation, one for this. Actually, you can merge all these files in one. Why I have given separately is it is easy for you to have a control of it, but actually you can feel free to use this all in one place also, so that your life becomes easier, where you can get all this information at one go. Please explain the formula of the validation of PAN. I've given it and made your life easier. You can see it yourself, but still, if you are interested, I will just open it and show it to you what I have did actually. It is this lengthy. I don't want to bore you with the explain, you won't be able to understand. And again, telling this not one way. You can have multiple ways to get this function validated actually. Because you have to individually segregate it and just check whether it is number or not, whether it is alphabet or not. This is the one which I've used. And certain times it is better you just copy the formula and use it rather than trying to do it yourself when it comes to this complication actually. And then one more thing which we all miss is though ICDS is applicable and many of the things get taken care, but we must always know that there are some accounting standards also which are applicable for tax audit cases. The levels is explained here. Generally, our people, this SMEs will come in level 3 or level 4. So level 3 where the turnover is beyond 10 crores but less than 50 crores, they are termed as level 3, and the other entities are level 4. So you must know that for level 4 entities, these are the cases where the accounting standards are applicable. And for level 3, you can see that these are the accounting standards which are applicable for the level 3 entities. It is AS1, AS2, AS4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 if it is level 3, and for level 4 it is not applicable. 15, 16, 19, 22, 26, 29, and again for 28 if it is for level 3. So you can use this small chart for you to know, and there is a small checklist also given in the Excel utility. It says other formats. I've given this accounting standards checklist, which you can use it where you want to see that whether those have been properly taken care or not. You can see all the accounting standards separately, AS 1, 2, 3. So whichever you feel are applicable, you can pull out and then use it for your audit actually. And then the last one is the clause 44. In fact, before that, there are 2-3 more things which I will cover. Many times you have seen that we may require information to be converted to Excel, which we find it difficult. Now, actually, with the newer age tools, it is actually very easy to convert your PDF or other files into Excel. If it is in Word, what you can alternatively do is straight away copy to Excel and use it. But what if the information is in in PDF? Sir, is AS applicable to sole proprietorship? Yes, very much applicable. They will all come under level 4. It is very much applicable. We have to see that those things are taken care. But one good thing about the sole proprietorship is many of the things may not be applicable. They are applicable per se, but they may not apply because of the nature of transactions actually. But very much applicable. You have to see for all the sole proprietors also. I was coming to this PDF to Excel. See, there is another way, the simpler way where you can convert this to Excel. Now, suppose say I've got this file. This KYC file. Fortunately, does not have any table, but even if this table, it will get converted to Excel. Many of them will suggest that, sir, there are a lot of online tools available where I can do it. My suggestion is please don't do that, because if that information are written by them, there are a lot of sensitive information which we are having, and we are also governed under a confidentiality clause where we are not supposed to share any information to outsiders. So please don't do it using these utilities, especially when the information is sensitive, because many of the clients' information can get leaked outside. So to avoid that, what I can do, I will go to WinWord. That is, I'm opening a Word file, and I'll try to see if I can convert this into first Word, and then I have to just copy it in Excel. I'll say File, Open, go to Desktop, select this ICAI KYC file. Now I'm trying to open a PDF file in Word. No, it has just got open in Excel only. 1 second. Here it is asking, see, Word will now convert your PDF to an editable Word format. This may take a while. Just give OK. Now you can see your PDF file has got converted to Word with the same formatting. Because what happens if I do a Control-C, Control-V in some file, all my formatting goes haywire actually. So it is actually possible for you to convert this into Word file, and then I can take it to Excel if there are any tables available. See, now it is all in editable format where I can do whatever I want to do with this. So now we'll try to do this using Excel itself directly. Close the files which are not required so that we'll reduce the load actually. Okay, now alternatively, if I'm very sure that my PDF has got some tables and I want to import that data here, if you do Control-C, Control, it will not work because it might not come in the proper format. What you can do instead is you can go to Data. Under the Data tab, there is one option known as Get Data, and it says From File. In that From File, you can actually select PDF. I'm repeating, under the Data tab, there is on the left ribbon, there is one option known as Get Data. In that Get Data From File is available, which will help you to select a PDF file. I'll go to Desktop. I have just downloaded my member card and I'll say Import. This may take little longer time because it does a lot of processing for you to get the information. So since our member card contains a lot of tables, it is scattered into different things. Now say I want the last table, table 9. So it is giving all the details of my articles. I just have to say load. So all the information of my articles which was available has come in proper format. Of course, you can use it with the data where there are a lot of tables where you can use the information to get your data in the Excel itself directly. I'm repeating again. Go to Data. Under Data tab, there is one option as Get Data From File, From PDF. So you just have to select the PDF. It will give you all the information. So there are 2 pages. It is showing which page I want. So I say page 1. Now that it was not in a table format, it is giving me FSR result. That's all. But if I wanted now to use this, it's easy for me to pull this information and copy it rather than have it without formatting and doing it. Okay, many a time we have seen that we are more comfortable certain things to use in Word, though I generally suggest people that wherever possible you try to use it in Excel only. Now, have you ever tried using Excel in Word? I'm repeating, have you ever tried using MS Excel in Word? Can I get some answers? Okay, somebody says this is an Office 365 only. Yes, that is why I'm suggesting you should have the latest version so that your life becomes very easier actually. Okay, I'm getting no. Actually, it is possible. Now, suppose we'll open that same file. Save file. Open that KYC file which I'm opening now. Okay, I've got one yes. Now say I want to make some calculations here. Some addition of things. Say 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 580. I want to now calculate. I cannot copy this to Excel, copy it there and then bring it back here. What I can do is I can go to insert. There is one object tool actually. This is the one. In the Word file, no, not this one. Here, insert under this text tab, there is one button known as object. In that object, if I click, it will tell what kind of object you want to bring here, in which I have to select Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel worksheet. Somebody says using paste special link. Whether it is dynamic, I don't know, because once you copy it, it won't get changed. Now you can see in the Word I'm typing 2, 3, 4, 5, 345, and I'm giving alt equal to, making the sum, and then saying equal to this into 25. I'm getting it. Now if I go to some other place, this information is available, it will get printed also. I can remove this. So when I do a print preview, I will be able to actually take printout as if it is in Word only, but whereas it is actually giving me in Excel. Now I go back. Now I want to change this. I just double click. My Excel becomes live again. I say no, it is not 25, it is 35. So actually it is possible for you to work using, take the inputs of Excel in Word. I'll repeat how to do it. Go to insert. Insert, there is one text tab. In that, there's the last tab known as object. Select that. And then in that new, you select Microsoft Word. Sorry, Microsoft Excel. And you can just give OK. And you want to display as icon, you can do it that also. I'll tell you where this comes handy. Now I want to send some Excel file in this Word itself to you. This whatever file I worked. So I'll go to insert object. Go to Microsoft Word. Sorry, I have to select that. Insert. First I will select this and say, in fact, PDF also for that reason. Any file you want, you can embed in the Word, or you can do that in Excel also. I will say Excel worksheet and say OK. It will ask me which Excel worksheet I need to embed here. Okay, I have to say create from file. Browse. Say this is the file we have worked. Displays icon, OK. Now you can see that file has come here. This I will delete it. So I will save this file and close it and say ICAI live testing, and then put it in the desktop. I have closed. Now I will open this again and I'll show you. You can see in my desktop there is no Excel file which has got opened. Now if I double click this, I'll be able to open that Excel file. So you can send any kind of documents through any documents. In fact, many times where I need to send documents, I nowadays don't send attachment. I put Excel index and I attach those files nearby, including whether it is PDF, Word, whatever. See, we have got this file here. Now I can work and save this and again embed it here actually. Now I'll try to use the same thing using Excel. I'll go to Excel. So I want this file here. I'll go to insert. Sorry, data, get data. PDF. This is only get data. One second. Oh, I missed the part. There is one particular tool which the way we did in Word, Excel also does it, where the PDF file itself will get embedded here. So if I double click, it will just open it actually. I'm just not getting the right option. Again, this is using that object tool. I think it is in insert somewhere. Apart, can the object thing be done in Excel to insert a Word document? Yes, it is very much possible. Here it is in this insert text column. You go to object. Now I'll try to put a PDF file and show it to you. Now I will say Adobe Acrobat and say displace icon. Not create view, displace icon. Say okay. Okay, this is opening a new file. I will go to desktop and select this ICAI KYC. Here you can see. If I double click this, it will open me the KYC file actually. See. And it is not just Word file, PDF file, anything you want to put it, whether it is Excel in Excel or Word in Excel or PDF in Excel or any other file you want actually. So instead of sending too many attachments, if you want, see, because I remember during bank audits, when you want to refer to a linked file, it becomes very difficult. Same thing is with tax audit. There may be some ledgers which are here. The moment I give a link and I try to put it, it's not just a Word template. Yeah, very much possible. I'll go to insert text and say object. No, it will only embed a file actually. I will say Microsoft Word document. the Word document has come here. The way we used in Excel, you can embed and use it is point number 1. Or if I would have given us display as object, you would have thrown me that file itself directly here. So the choice is yours, whichever way you think it is actually possible. Sir, I want it as an attachment where I can open it. Yes, it is possible. Sir, I want it to be used as it is in the thing. Yes, it is possible actually. Choice is yours. Only thing is you have to select the right option to select, and the displays icon, if you give it is displays icon, or it will kind of embed and show it to you in the Word document itself. So I can type and give all the formatting I need. The problem is when I embed objects, the system becomes little slower actually. You can see it takes some time. I can do all the formatting here, and the display will also give it beautifully without it getting disturbed. Can linked files be opened after the file is saved in PDF? No, PDF won't allow you to do that. This only we are talking about only MS Office where we are using Word and Excel. In the Word, it will allow you to embed a PDF file, Excel file, Word file. So you're asking, can the linked file be opened after the file is saved in PDF? Yes. If it is a PDF file, you can embed and same thing will get opened actually. So coming to this last point of class 44, which many people are having a doubt as to, sir, how we should take care of it. Friends, I've given two things. One is I've shared one presentation of CAS, that who has beautifully covered things. And then I've given one Word file also, where I've given a small snapshot of what our institute is given the guidance note on. In fact, the guidance note is available in the other contents relating to audit. If you see this first one, exposure draft on guidance note on tax audit, probably on 20th August, I learned this guidance note final one will be getting launched, and that day I'll upload the guidance note which is going to be launched actually. So meantime, I'm just refer to the exposure draft, which says that the auditor should verify the information and should have the working papers based on this actually. Wait, I'll try to open it in Word itself. Somehow we are using, comfortable using the Word rather than Google Docs. This is the one where you have to have the information, and they are given in the end that the assessee is not in a position to give the details as required in clause 44, an appropriate disclosure or disclaimer may be made by the auditor. But friends, let me tell you, people are using tally. Actually, it is possible for you to get the information of these two things. One is the total expenditure incurred during the year, and in this expenditure relating to GST is registered under the GST. Entity is registered under the GST, because if you take the input ledger, it is very much possible for you to get all the information with the input ledger actually. And in the tally, if you use this columnar format, it is actually possible for you to get to know for people who have got GST number separately or for the one who have not got the GST number. But when it comes to other things, practically it might not be possible because of the way the client would have entered. Now suppose I'm having a food bill for my staff which I have put it in my expenditure. I would not have put any GST because the GST is not going to be claimed as input for me. So there are chances that I may not be able to know whether that is exempt under GST or that person is under composition scheme or is not registered under GST. For this, you can give this disclaimer, which is a partial disclaimer. Or, no sir, I do not have any information. It's not possible for me to do it. I've given two different disclaimers as disclaimer 2 and disclaimer 3, which you can use it according to your wisdom and your comfort. I'm suggesting that wherever possible, first try to give the information. After you have exhausted that, yes, it is not possible for me to give the information, try to use these disclaimers, which comes very handy for you to tell that we have did things, but we are not able to give the full information, and then only we are giving the disclaimers. Purchase is expenditure very much. Anything that you claim as expenditure is to be reported, and purchase is very much expenditure which has to be given. friends, only this much from my side. I thought with whatever small things I have got benefited, I thought let more of my professional brothers be benefited and make use of this technology. In case where sale is exempt, how to report purchase and expense, no input claim. If you are totally exempt and you are not covered under GST, then you don't have to worry about it at all actually. I hope that is what you meant to say, Mr. Janardhanan. You can tell me if that is what your question was. No, purchase and expensive, one you can pull it and put it as one also, or you can give segregated information also. Both are acceptable. Now, there was a question whether fixed asset should be given. In fact, the guidance note says that capital expenditure also is an expenditure and that information also should be given. Though I'm having a different view, but I feel our guidance note is supreme and we must follow the directions of ICAI. So in those cases where there are capital expenditure which we are claiming, is also has to be reported. Sir, in bank statements, description comes into 2 lines and some description maybe in 3 lines or 4 lines. How to formulate? Actually, it is possible. Maybe if somebody can send me a sample, I'll try to do it because there is no one way and today we are not covering bank statements. But yes, it is possible. Just like the way I showed in Excel that, if there is a standard way, you can do it. But if there are multiple different ways, I can try to first what I can do is I can merge all the information in one row where there is no date column. And after that, I can use the same method which we used in the 40A3. So Pavitra Krishna, it is possible for us to do it. What you have to do is first merge the cells into one and then later use the 40A3 technique which I have told you in the session today actually. Friends, there is no PPT. I think Virag will be able to share the YouTube link and the LinkedIn or the Twitter links which is available actually. Whether clause 44 of Form 3 is applicable to assessee not having GST registration. I feel they're only talking about the expenditure. If your accounting software has captured, you better report it. But if your accounting software has not captured, you can very well tell that it is not captured, so I'm not having the information. Can you please tell tax audit applicability for F&O? Let me see if time permits. What is the time? Okay, we are only 8:19. See, for F&O, you can read the guidance note which tells very clearly that when it comes to dealing in F&O, your daily difference in turnover has to be taken with your M2M as the turnover. Say I've got F&O for some trade I've entered into today. My account is debited by 5,000 rupees. My turnover is 5,000 rupees. Now there are two transactions where there is a debit of 10,000 rupees and credit of 10,000 rupees. My turnover has to be taken as 20,000. And when it comes to options, I have to take the sale of value as the turnover for the options actually. That is how you have to take care of features and options. I think that clarifies. If you still have, you feel free to write a mail to me. I will give you my mail ID. I'll be able to help you with some clarification. dcjain@ica.org is my mail ID. Friends, I won't be able to send any PPT separately. You please copy this link. This whatever Excel we have worked, I'll be uploading it in a separate folder telling that connect PC worked Excel files. I will put it. Probably as soon as the session is over in next 5 minutes, I will do that. Or probably I will do it right away. I will go to this sheet. And say new folder. Sorry. Connect EC worked files. So this is the file we had worked these two. I'll do it right away so that you can use these files. There is a rule in management that if a job can be completed in 2 minutes, you should not write it, you should do it then and there. Where to report depreciation under clause 44? Depreciation, I think, can be avoided. I have not gone through the guidance note completely. Let us wait for the final print to come on 20th and then we can take a call. A doctor is selling used X-ray machine to another doctor. Both are not having GST exempt. Is that sale attract GST? I feel selling of X-ray machine will attract GST because they are not rendering medical service, but they are engaging in sale of a medical machinery. And if the value is beyond 40 lakhs, GST is very much attracted actually. How to get add-in instructions? Are those compiled anywhere? No, you will have to Google it or use it in YouTube, or you can re-see the recording which is being provided by the organizers. So for the add-in instruction, it is not covered in any of the text. You'll have to see the recording of this video only. Please discuss on 27, which speaks about input VAT. Yes, the word used is SENVAT in the clause 27A. Nevertheless, please give taking it as GST. We just have to give the input which is there. I mean the amount which is lying as outstanding on 31st March and the date it has got paid actually. So we should be giving that. Can you throw some light on guidance note on financial statements of non-corporate entities? It is very simple. For this year, it is recommendatory in nature. It might be becoming mandatory next year onwards or the next. So ensure that before that you get a small online practice done. I will only request all members to see that at least for 1 or 2 cases, you use this new format on this non-corporate entities format which they have given by the which is being given by the institute. Please show again how to separate narration from exporting a ledger in Excel. Yes, I will do that. You open this file. Okay, here I've deleted. I will do one thing. I will download that file again and then do it. Okay, somebody, Anant Kanadia, you have used the wrong link. It is not 44AB CD, it is 44AB and DC actually. This ABDC. Sorry, I wanted to add my name, but I forgot to put some underscore actually. Give me a moment till the file is getting opened. Yeah. So this was the file. The first foremost thing for us was to remove all the merged cells so that we don't have any trouble when we filter the data. And then remove the ones in the end which I don't want. Now what I can do is I'll give the function, I'll zoom a little and reduce this so that it is easy for us. Equal to if open bracket the second row I'm selecting, which is A8, is greater than 1, which means I'm ensuring that whether there is any date or not. If it is greater than 1, I'm very sure the date is there. Then I'm just giving 2 double quotes telling them don't do anything. If not, you just select the C8 and then close bracket. If I do this double click, you'll ensure that this data which is there in the second row has come here. Now what I can do is I will make it pay special. Control C, right click, pay special, values, OK. And now filter this after giving the title, narration. Sorry, not this one. The date, telling whichever is blanks. Now these are all the narrations I don't need because I've already copied. Right click, delete row. It might take some time. Friends who want the link, again, I'm sharing it in the chat box. You can use that link for you to get access to these files. So now that is removed, you can see that my data has got sanitized, where I'm getting the narration right across my entry itself. Okay, so many questions have come. Okay, so I think that query has got clear that you wanted this. F&O turnover 1.5 crores and loss 1.2 lakhs. Tax audit required. See, you will have to read 44AD and 44AB together. If during last any of the years you have opted under 44AD, then compulsory you have to get it audited now. But if you have not gone in, this transaction is happening for the first time. If you are maintaining books, I think then it is not required because you will be able to get away. But in your case, it is 1.5 crores is turnover. If 1.5 crores is the turnover, beyond 1 crore, you are subject to audit. You will have to do it. Now, your question is whether you can set off the loss actually. For F&O transactions, section 43(5) gets covered, which says that if you are having a loss, you are allowed to set off against any other business income. We have covered all the 3 combinations. If that answers your query, fine. Or you can just leave a WhatsApp message or a email to me. I will be able to clarify it. What tool we can use to give information for clause 44? Very simple. In Tally, you go open that input ledger, you put it under columnar format, and then export it. You will get all the information by filtering actually. So it's very, very simple if your client is using Tally. Do we report only ITC availed during the year and the amount of ITC available in the credit ledger as on the year end? Sir, as per books, whatever ITC you are availed, you give it, that will match with your registered thing. For unregistered thing, you give a note telling that I may not be able to tell because few people may be registered where I have not taken the input actually. So that's how you can take care of it. Assessee received gift from relative, the amount is brought into assessee business through capital account. Whether we should be reported in TA or no. If it is only a fresh entry of the relative, we have to report. If it is an old entry, we don't have to report it actually. But to play safe, maybe you can give it as a reporting telling that since it is brought into the business for the first time, I'm reporting it because there is no harm in reporting. There is no trouble which you invite by giving that amount has come from this. Okay, you're talking about gift from relative. Sorry, gift from relative will not get covered. It's only the amount of the payments made to relatives will get covered. So gift from relative will not get covered. You can skip that part actually. Is there any way to automate downloading documents from income tax portal? I didn't get your query, Neil. What do you mean by automate downloading documents from income tax portal? There are a lot of softwares available which does it, like your Computax, ClearTax, Winman. They do a lot of automating of the downloading documents actually, which can be used. So add-on कैसे use करना है? Now you will have to see the recording again. If you still have doubts, you feel free to send a mail to me. I'll be able to help you out. In case of partnership firm which is formed in 21-22 and turnover is below 1 crore, audit is not mandatory even if it is not opting for 44AD. Simply we can maintain books of accounts and disclose the profit in ITR. Perfect. Sanjay Bagaria, you are right. But the only thing is that partnership firm should have never opted for 44AD till date. If the answer is yes, then you are feel free, you can be opting out of 44AD as well as 44AB. Please share the recent Excel for narration. Friends, this is the formula we have used. I will repeat it again. Equal to, okay, I'll give Control Z. Control Z. Somebody says how to export multiple ledger in one sheet. It is not possible to export multiple ledger. What you can do is you can import the day book and then whichever ledger you want, you can give a function to do it yourself. Little complicated, but that will help you to do things what you want. This is the function for narration. I'm repeating, in the H7 column, you give a function known as equal to, if open bracket A8 is greater than 1, you display nothing or display C8 actually. Any Excel utility for TDS returns and PF ESI returns information for tax audit. I haven't prepared, but if you can tell me what exactly you need, I can prepare one and put it in the group, which will benefit everybody. If turnover is less than 1 crore, there is loss in case of partnership firm. Whether audit is applicable. Technically, it is not applicable, Vipul. But to play safe, we have been telling associates that, sir, you want to take a chance, you are free to take a chance because the wordings are in your favor. But if you don't want to take a chance, you get it audited actually. Sir, we are not able to open the PDF in Word. It works only after MS 2007. If you are having very old version, it may not be possible. I'll tell you how to do it again. You open a Word file actually. I'll show it to you again so that you'll be able to do it. In that, you go to File, Open. Say Desktop. I'll select this ICAI KYC. It won't direct open it, will ask for another confirmation telling that Windows will now convert. Just say OK. Now you will see this PDF will get converted to Word. Can we convert the downloaded AES and TS in the Excel? Yes, very much possible. If it is password protected, Excel may not, but I think upon giving a password, it may. But you can download that in text file and then put it, which is the easier way to do actually. In case of company sale of services exceed 1 crore, will tax will be applicable, considering the updated limit of 10 crores. Yes, if your transactions are all through bank, 95%, you may take the benefit of it. But friends, wait, if it is company, I need to check whether it is applicable. I remember that clause is only applicable for individuals. Beam sensing, you may check the 44AB clause again, because for company, I think the benefit of the clause is not available. using Office 2010 unable to open PDF in it. Maybe then the latest version only they have got it actually. I think it is beyond 2016 only. Sanjay, you need to upgrade your Office version actually. Virag, I think I've taken the maximum queries, whatever I could. If I have missed, you can send it to me. I will be able to take it later actually.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have Amrit Purwal sir as well with us from General Secretary Jain Chartered Accountant Federation and our guide also, sir. Sir is also would like to thank you, sir. So over to you, Amrit sir.
Good evening, friends. Friends, it has been a really pleasant, highly pleasant session to always attend Dungarchand Jain session, especially today's session. It is rightly timed when we all are going through this very busy season of conducting tax audit, and in fact, uh, it's working on Excel for the purpose of completing or concluding your tax audit is really, it's a the tips which Dungarchandji has given is really like magic wand. It's all we, as if we possess a magic wand in our hand, so that we can expedite our entire audit process smoothly. So that you friends, the technology is such a thing, it's such an enabler that whatever we think that it is much time consuming, but which we can things we can conclude and extract the information which is required with really at ease. And the way Dungarchandji has taught us today various techniques and taken all the queries also of the audience. So that's the really the wonderful way, whether it is related to the subject proper, if it is related to Excel or not, even otherwise also. So this shows the mastery of Dungarchandji over this subject. With this, I really thank our uh, friend Dungarchandji, and of course Virag. It's a great really initiative by Virag Connect Easy. They have been entire team has been always bringing us various topics of professional interest. As always, since last 2.5 years, ever since the Connect Easy's launch, it has been a really endeavor to of Virag to bring the most efficient way to enhance the practice for all of us. With this, I would like to conclude my brief
Thank
this thing statement. Thank you, Dungarchandji. It's a
Thank you
pleasant
all of
task
you.
to have you here.
Thanks for giving me an opportunity to relearn a lot of things actually.
Of course, it is for everyone. It is the same way. The more we again and again revise the things, more things we get to learn. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you all of
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, Amrit sir, for the wonderful address. Would like to tell everyone that sir is a practicing chartered accountant and also a general secretary at Jain Chartered Accountant Federation. The federation is doing a fantastic social work. Recently, we have conducted so many blood donation camp across Mumbai and across India, other places also. During COVID time, also so many social work has done by Jain Chartered Accountant Federation. So if anybody is there and can be a part of the JCF, they are most welcome. So thank you, sir. Sir Dungar Jain sir, we have many comments and feedback from the participant as well in the question tab. Thank you, sir, to for an excellent session. Thank you, sir. The webinar was awesome. Excellent presentation. Thanks a lot to the faculty and the organizer. We're much thankful for the presentation and the link, and there are many other things as well from the so many participants, sir. So all credit to you, sir, for the fantastic session on our GoToWebinar. More than I think 900 or 1,000 attendees on there, and more on YouTube and other platform also have taken the benefit, sir. So all participant is really eagerly waiting for this session, and today they have shown that excitement also by attending the session. and still they are asking for the presentation, your Excel sheet, your detailed knowledge about the subject also, not only your technology or the Excel file. So everything is best, sir, for our today's session. So thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. And friends will share the recordings and the files and all the files and the presentation files. What will we have shared this in the folder as well, so that
Already
we
shared, Virag. Presentation
yes.
file also already uploaded.
Yeah, already uploaded, right, sir? So, but if anybody is joined late and they are not get, we'll share again for the benefit of few members if they have not got, because on few platform, like few joined from LinkedIn also, so they are not able to get that. So we'll share one more time, friends, and you will get that in your mailbox. So with this, we are concluding our today's session. A wonderful session, a memorable session with the great attendance after a long time. Otherwise, we'll touch 300, 400, but today it's around 1,000 because of your wonderful session, sir. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Thank you. Thank you, friends. We'll conclude today's session, and we'll meet for a few more session on upcoming days. We'll share will be share that on our social media, so please be connected on us and you will be benefited out of that. Thank you so much all.